So man, we gotta take it back, man. We already had this channel, and it's been around ever since my mom was born, which is 1977. So basically, this is when after when what is that shit called? Pinwheel ended. So basically, Pinwheel, I assume, was a channel that they had or whatever the fuck. But anywho, today we're finna be talking about a channel that's been around for a decade. We talking about Nickelodeon. and not just any Nickelodeon. We gonna talk about 2004 to 2012 Nickelodeon, baby. Give Nickelodeon a round of applause because they've been around for years, man. They really have. You know what I'm saying? They've been chefing this shit up around this era. Now, I was born in 2007, but I did enjoy the 2004 to 12 Nickelodeon era because uh, now 2004 Nickelodeon I watched on my mom's digital recorder. You know how this shit goes, man. Also, it took me a while to get this video up. So, anyways, man, like, comment, and subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? Turn the notifications on if you haven't already. Tune in at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for brand new episodes and all that. We bring the positive vibes. Also, do not forget, I will be hosting a birthday live stream for me on December 5th. So make sure you guys tap into this year, December 5th. It's going to be all fun and games, positive vibes, all that. I'm going to be playing a variety of games. So basically, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'll be, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, man. I'm going to post it as a live stream. So, like, I'm not going to be posting it on YouTube. I'm going to post it on another platform. I'm gonna post it on Twitch, but I'm gonna put it on YouTube so that you know, you feel me. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. But anyways, without further ado, we gonna go ahead and jump into this video. Let's go. So Nickelodeon is a children's channel that's been around since 1977. So basically, it was a cable channel that was like debuted by QB and stuff like that. Basically, Nickelodeon was starting small. They only had a few shows on there, but they was lit. It was lit. But they only aired one show called Pinwheel. Now, Pinwheel was already a channel around this time, so they shut it down and made it a show, I guess. Who knows? So basically, Dr. Vivian Horner was the owner of Electric Company, I think. So basically, the Pinwheel Marathon continued till December 1977 till March 31st, 1979. So on April Fool's of 1979, changes started to happen, right? So basically, Time Cable Warner was purchasing Nickelodeon. I guess, I don't know. So Nickelodeon got their first logo around this time. So Pinwheel was launching Nickelodeon shows and all that. And a lot of shows were added. So we had all this shit right here. Hocus Pocus, all that, right? So how did Nickelodeon get this name? So let's talk about it. Nickelodeon got their name from Nickel, I guess. I don't know. It was probably a school. Who knows? Right? Who knows? So Nickelodeon once again changed its logo in the 1980s and made it to a crystal ball and all that, being a rainbow. I liked it. It was alright. So Nickelodeon would air for 13 hours, and a new television service, Arts, that came around at night. So in 1982, you couldn't do something on a schedule because it was the 80s version. I don't know. So Art stopped existing in 1984, and Nick at Night became Nickelodeon's adult platform until this day. So Arts became A&E, which airs First 48, Live P, all that. So Nickelodeon changed their crystal ball logo and replaced it with another logo, the Orange Splat. So in 1984, the Orange Splat finally came, and a new host, General Lynn Libran, I forgot her name. I don't know who the fuck these people are, but it was good. It was good. So in '85, Nickelodeon, Nick at Night started existing and stuff like that. It was a really fun time. So yeah. In 1986, Nickelodeon, it premiered a new show called Double Dare. So basically, what Double Dare was, it was a game show that aired around this time. This was before 2004 and 2012, so we're not gonna get into that. So this is when Nickelodeon started airing the slime shit and all that. It was really lit. Um, and they started airing the slime ketchup and stuff. I never really ate the slime ketchup. I just didn't care for it. Anyways, so the Nickelodeon got companies called MTV and Vidcom, and also Vidcom got CBS around that time. So ABC, CBS, and NBC were three big companies, and Nickelodeon was connecting to it. So in 1987, Nickelodeon created the Big Ballad or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. So in '88, Nickelodeon started the beating things. So Nick Jr. did start around here. Uh, Now Nick Jr. wasn't around much around the '80s or the '90s, but in the 2000s it was, you know. So then Nickelodeon became one of the Kids' Choice Awards and shit. It was really good. So Kids' Choice Awards was announcing voting and shit, varieties, various things and stuff. And the winners with the blimp Nickelodeon logo on it was really fun. So in '89, Nickelodeon built their company, their big building or whatever the fuck it was, right? So Nick Jr.'s first show was Eureka's Castle around this time, aired from 1989 to 1991. But this started, I don't know. I don't know Eureka's Castle. I never watched it. So we welcome in Nickelodeon to the 90s, right? So everyone was saying that this was prime Nickelodeon. I'm gonna say the 2000s were prime because it's like, damn, the early 2000s was peak, right? Now some of y'all might not agree with me, but it was a good time, right? Anyways, let's get into it. So, welcome freshman Carissa and Salute Your Shorts. Was all that? I don't know. 1991, three new shows were airing on Nickelodeon. They were big as fuck. So, 1990, this was before SpongeBob, right? So we had Rugrats, Doug, Ren and Stimpy. I can't. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that. So these were Nicktoon shows, I guess, and they just stuck around. Who knows? Anywho, these were the big three shows for a while until Nick released the Saturday night block called Snick. So Snick ran 2 hours. I don't know how much they ran from. So they brought new exclusives. I forgot what they were called. I don't fucking know. So Nickelodeon had a time capsule around 1992. So the 90s was just around it. Look at that shit. So Nick was beginning to compete with Disney and Cartoon Network. Cartoon Network started in 1992, but Nickelodeon was already big before that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would Nickelodeon compete to Cartoon Network if they've only been around for a year, right? Who knows, man? So two new live shows were added to Cartoon Network, right? And Nick Jr., I don't know. Nick Jr. wasn't around here in the 90s much, like I said before. So Nickelodeon was already going strong in the 90s, man. You feel me? They was going wrong in the 90s. So, yeah. So in 1993, Nickelodeon was airing VHSs and stuff like that. They was selling it. So they were working with Sony Wonder around the time. Doug, I think it was Doug and Douglas, whatever the fuck. It got canceled in 1994, and Disney took it as their own, which is bullshit. So all that comes in. You're probably wondering, what the fuck does all that have to do with Nickelodeon? Well, all that was a TV show or either a block or whatever the fuck it was. So Vidcom and Paramount started coming around again. And Nickelodeon was like, oh shit, we forgot Nick Jr. was there. So they aired two more shows called Eureka's Castle. I think I already said that. Allegra's will never go to Glow Island, which aired around 1994. And 1995, Nick reversed their first website, Nick Online, which it'll say Nick.com, right? Unfortunately, I think they took the website down. I don't fucking know, right? So Nick in the Afternoon would air around 1995, which would only air in the summer. Sadly, um, Nicky Sticky was the host of Nick in the Afternoon. So basically, a Paul will voice this nigga. Who knows? I'm not gonna get into that. So in 1995, they made Little Bear would be a Nick Jr. exclusive. You know, Nick Jr. just took it, and Nick Jr. was like, "Oh fuck yeah, we gotta get the good shows up here, right?" So Hey Arnold, Kenan and Kel, Blue's Clues, and all these shows started coming around in 1996. Now I would say 1996 was airing a lot of new shows. I wouldn't say that Nick Jr. or Nick was competing together. I wouldn't say that because they was in their own prime. They had different shows and stuff like that, right? So Geraldine stepped down and Herb took her place. So he put himself on a magazine called Ask the Boss Lady. Well, it was mostly called I Hate Herb because you'll see it right there, right? So 97, Harriet the Spy. I don't know what the fuck that is. Good Burger would air in 1997, right? So Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell was the duo of the series. So Rugrats got their first movie in 98 and stuff. It was pretty good, I ain't gonna lie. Rugrats, it's alright. I like the older seasons, I ain't gonna hold you. So Nickelodeon Zone aired in 98. So this will air at nighttime, but it only aired for 1 hour from 8 to 9 p.m. It was like, what the fuck? I know some of y'all were probably confused around this time if y'all were born in the 90s or whatever the fuck. I was born in 2007, so I never knew any of these. So, Nicktoons started getting shows around here. Now, 99 was a pretty big year for Nickelodeon. Why? Because the channel turned 20 years old. So, they collaborated with CTW, and they created Noggin, I believe. So Nickelodeon started airing game shows around here called Nick Arcade. I liked it. I started watching it in 2021. Nick Arcade was peak. I ain't lie, I liked it. I don't know why I stopped watching it, man. Anywho, SpongeBob came around 1999. Now, SpongeBob is still airing till this day, okay? They still air SpongeBob, and sadly, SpongeBob took over the whole Nickelodeon schedule. I know some of y'all are disappointed. I mean, I am a little bit. But anywho, now comes the early 2000s, man. We got to start out with Nickelodeon and the McDonald's sponsor. SpongeBob coming out with a second season. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about it. So Dora the Explorer aired in the early 2000s, but it didn't get much buzz. So Nickelodeon 2 aired around. Nick Jr. aired at 6 on Nickelodeon 2. And Blue's Clues will air at 6 in the morning on Nickelodeon 2. I don't know why the fuck they would do that. So we got Nick on CBS. Now, this was an antenna channel, but it will air Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. So in 2001, let's talk about 2001 for a second, because Nick Jr. was popping off around this era. 2001 to 06, Nick Jr. was peak. We did talk about that last video. So anyways, we had Invader Zim and Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius was a movie around the time, so I never I think I watched it, I don't fucking know. So Snick got a Sunday night program called Teen Nick. So 2002, Nickelodeon has 16 Nicktoons channels. I don't know what the fuck they was doing around the time. I don't know. So Nicktoons TV will air around 2002, and it will make a 24/7 channel. Nicktoons' first 24/7 channel, right? So Jimmy Neutron turned to a TV series on July 20th, 2002. So now Nick had four different channels, airing different shows, and CTW was renamed to Sesame Workshop, which Noggin was worked with them, so to air new shows. So, 2002, Noggin will air their first adult program called The End, which will air from 6 p.m. to 6 in the morning. So, yeah. Now, Noggin's mascots, Moose and Z. So these guys were around since 2001. So 2003, Nicktoons were got their first trip or whatever the fuck. They got their show ride, featured a lot of cartoons and stuff like that, right? All that good jazz. So November 2003, SpongeBob got their first game for the PlayStation 2, which was only for PlayStation. So 2004, the biggest year of Nickelodeon. So we got Drake and Johnson, Danny Phantom, and the Backyard Niggas, which only aired on Nick Jr. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of newer shows around. So 2004 was starting out strong with Nickelodeon, right? Come on, man. You had to be there. If you were born in later, you had to just watch it on recordings, the old recordings and stuff like that, right? All that fun jazz, right? So SpongeBob became a balloon on a Thanksgiving, and it also got their first movie, which was a good. So in '04, Nickelodeon, the Worldwide of Play. Worldwide Day of Play, I don't know how to fucking say it. But Nickelodeon was already big around 2004. It was like, wow, Nickelodeon is going big around this bitch, right? So '05 comes Avatar, will be on Nickelodeon. You feel me? But this didn't get a second season, unfortunately. But Netflix took it and placed it as I don't know why the fuck they would do that, but 2005, Nicktoons will get their own shows, Cat Scratch stuff. So Nickelodeon Studios were unfortunately sadly shut down 2005, rest in peace. Snick was shut down, rest in peace to that too. So Nicktoons Network was renamed after that. So we lost Nick on CBS in 2005, which rest in peace to this day. So we have a slumber party block called Secret Slumber Party. So 2006, Herb Scannell left Nickelodeon and Seema Zarghami came to 2006. So '06, Nickelodeon came in, right? Nickelodeon took some losses in '05, but '06, this will be their redemption mode, right? So SpongeBob became more popular. They was airing more SpongeBob episodes and stuff, SpongeBob marathons, and they was airing a lot, right? You feel me? They was airing a lot of shit back then, right? And they're still making new episodes to this day, as we said. You know, Nick started airing more SpongeBob, which it was going downhill. But yeah, all that. But listen, Nickelodeon would make a recovery mode, right? Come on, man. So Nick Jr. was getting new shows while Bubsy Upside Down show, Yo Gabba Gabba and all that jazz, right? Nickelodeon would air their first another live action show called iCarly, and The End became their separated channel. Little Bill aired on Noggin 2007 when I was born. So, and Nicktoons would get their first book and all that. It was fun, right? So in '08, 2 years later, Nickelodeon got their first DVDs. They was airing stuff like that. It was airing a lot of shit. Well, on DVD and VHS around time. So Nickelodeon made a deal with DreamWorks around this time, and their first show was Madagascar and the Penguins. Well, Nickelodeon made another big oopsie in '08. Some of y'all might be wondering, like, why the fuck did that happen, right? Well, Adventure Time came around here, but Cartoon Network took it. It was supposed to be on Nickelodeon, but Cartoon Network took it, which I'm happily glad. Anywho, Nickelodeon finally got another show called Fanboy and Chum Chum. Now, Fanboy and Chum Chum was a good show too. I liked it. I don't know why, but I still love it to this day. We still gotta love nostalgia, right? Oh man. But this show was really fun. I liked it. It was funny. So, Adventure Time went on Cartoon Network instead of Nick. So, in September 2009 in Nickelodeons, a lot of shit was changing around here. Here's why. Look at all this. Nickelodeon has a whole family, right? Changing their logos and all of that, right? Who knows? All that jazz, right? So look at this. Nick Jr., Nickelodeon, Nicktoons, all that, they was changing their logos, you know. They was maturing a lot. Nickelodeon got their first magazine in December '09. Oh, it's SpongeBob magazine, basically. Yeah. Magazines will return in 2015 and 16. And now in the early 2010s, we got iCarly, Big Time Rush, House of and Vibes, and Victorious. SpongeBob was uh, leaving the channel and stuff. Avatar: The Last Airbender became their live action in 2010 on July 1st, which wasn't good. I didn't like it. Fairly Odd Parents got a live show in 2011, which was good. The show was turning 10 and all that jazz, right? So Teen Nick will air a prime block called All That. Now, Teen Nick wasn't making a lot of noise around the early 2000s, but they only would make a lot of noise in 2009. So they would make a name for themselves and all that. Basically showing them, hey man, fuck Nick Jr., fuck Nickelodeon, fuck Nicktoons. We Teen Nick, we making a name for ourselves, right? So, February 9th, 2012, Nick Jr., A Smart Place to Play would come back, and it's like, wow, right? So Nick Jr., A Smart Place to Play came around. Moose and Z retired until 2015. Anyways, let's go back to Nickelodeon, where Fred the Show came. But unfortunately, it got canceled. So Snick, they're saying Snick didn't shut down. I don't know. So it says, gotta see Saturdays on Nick. So this was Nickelodeon's big thing. But it didn't last long because it sadly would slow down in 2013. So, man, let me know what you guys think of 2004 to 2012 Nickelodeon era. What did you guys, what was your favorite era of the video? What was your favorite year that I mentioned? Just let me know in the comments what was your favorite year of Nickelodeon. If you were born in a later year but you liked the '04, you liked '04, '05, '06, '07, '08, any of the years I mentioned, let me know in the comments what was your favorite year. Alright, let's move back to the void. We're back. Anyways, man, we're gonna end this video here. Let me know what was your favorite era of Nickelodeon. What would be Nickelodeon's prime? I would say '04 to '12 actually for me. Like this era, Nickelodeon was getting big around here. Nickelodeon did take some losses with their blocks and shit, but they was recovering. Redemption modes was happening back to back around this era. It was fun, right? Who knows? Anywho, let me know your thoughts in the comments on your favorite era of Nickelodeon. With that being said, I'm gonna get on up out of here.